Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and I do have a show for you. Yes, Lord. Let's start right here.
The question is still going to be asked. Are there members of my party who have been written to for this crime of illicit enrichment? My straight answer is that I have asked as far and as wide. I have gotten that response from everyone. But as far as I have been told, no, people have been written to, as the Integrity Commission does almost daily. But I have not heard of anyone in my political party being written to for this matter of illicit enrichment. The question.
Well. Ain't that something?
Yes, caller, you're live on Jamaica topic. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out why should the prime minister resign? Because I'm not in Jamaica, and I'm just asking.
Right. So
Why should the
students,
prime minister
hold on a
resign?
second, hold on a second. Good night, everybody. Hit the like button. Class are gonna get nice now. Class just are gonna get nice. Listen to this.
Oh no, not an advertisement. Come on, man.
Still, big up yourself, big up yourself. My brothers subscribers, give me a call. 5396220. Give me a call. What do you think about this matter, my viewers and subscribers? Give me a call. 876-539-6220. Say you on the matter. Do you think it is a smoke screen, my viewers and subscribers? Yes, caller, you're live on Jamaica topic. Welcome to the program.
Damn, is that 2 times in 1 second?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out why should the prime minister resign? Because I'm not in Jamaica, and I'm just asking.
Right. So
Why should the
students,
prime minister
hold on a
resign?
second, hold on a second. Good night, everybody. Hit the like button. Class are gonna get nice now. Class just are gonna get nice. Listen to this. This gentleman is asking me, what should the prime minister resign for?
Yes.
Yes, students, listen to me. This gentleman is asking, what should the prime
What a
minister resign for? My
bangarang.
brother, let me
Resign
ask you.
for,
Listen to
yes, that's what I'm
this.
asking.
Hold on, no. Ask
Yeah.
the question again, loud, make Jamaica and the world hear you.
Yeah,
Ask the
man.
question loud
Ask the
again.
question again.
Why should the prime minister resign? What should he
This
resign
dude
for?
is brave. Listen
I'm
to
asking you
this.
the question, so you're putting it to your audience, and I'm asking you, why should he resign?
Let me tell you why you should resign. Let me tell you why you should
Right.
resign. In a country that has been plagued with corruption for the longest while on both sides of the fence, on both sides of the political divide, right? And
Right.
I recall clearly when the prime minister came in and he, was running for prime minister, a lot of people decided that they would give him a chance, both PNP and JLP, because they were tired of the regular old people, right? And they wanted a new transformational leader who can really change Jamaica and do what is right for the people of Jamaica. They thought Andrew Holness was that person. Now, I remember Andrew Holness won the election, and Andrew Holness says, and I quote word for word, him said this: corruption will not be tolerated in my government.
Facts.
Let me repeat it. Me now paraphrase it, Him say it word for word. Corruption will not be tolerated in my government. So we say, all right, it sound good. Yes, that man sound like him mean a nice integrity. Because corruption are going for the longest while. Time to make a change. And him say, yes, him are going to be the change. So we say, all right, and Jonas, go and be the change.
Hold on, my brother.
So you ask me a question and
Yeah, no, yes, but you take too long to answer me the
but I
question.
have to tell you,
What?
him have to resign. Cause no have no
No,
integrity. We no trust.
answer that, brother. My brother.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Let me click the
Yes.
I want it to be diplomatic and give you the sequence of events.
Hey, me nah lie still no Jamaica hot topic. We don't know how you this so patient with that brother here last night, But me I get to a point, people. Now listen to this.
That led to us calling for his resignation. You hear me say?
I know.
Sir, hold on, man.
My friend.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
it
go
to
ahead.
be diplomatic. I wanted to be diplomatic and give you the sequence of events which led for us
But
to
what
be
you're
calling.
telling
Sir,
me
shut your backside
about
and listen to me.
no, my brother.
Listen
No,
to me now. Listen
I'm
to
saying
me.
what you're telling me now
The
is what I
man
already
want
know.
man to resign because him not no integrity. Him not no integrity. I will not trust him.
And
So the brother say what him are telling me already know. So why you ask the man a question if you already know the answer to it? That's man, listen.
Him not no integrity. I will not
so
trust
how you
him.
come to that
20
conclusion?
bank account, 28 bank account? Because the question,
Like and
who
share
you
the
know
video,
28
Yes.
bank
guys. Like
account?
and
Who
share
you
the
know
video.
28
We
bank
In
are
account?
other
Let me
people,
ask you
live.
I
one
me know
money.
people. Hold on. I know people right now that is not prime minister, minister, layman on the street who have 14 bank accounts.
That you are tell about you know man a 14 bank
Lie.
account. Listen to me, but listen to me. All right, hold
That's
on
your
a second.
decision,
Hold on a
sir.
Lie,
second.
I know
Mattel.
A
people
person is
with
allowed, a
14
person,
bank
no,
accounts.
And if him know somebody we have 14 bank account, more than likely them a scammer. Lie, Mattel.
a person is allowed to have as much bank account as they wish. Yes, a person is allowed to have
Right.
as much bank account as they wish. But
Yeah.
the transactions are very nefarious and
So
they
what did
raise
Bingo.
the
several questions.
my
Give me
friend? What did
several
the
questions. Let me
Integrity
ask you a
Commission
question. Let me ask
find
you a
on the
question. Let me
prime
ask you a
minister?
question. Let me ask you this question, sir. Over
Yes.
3,000
Him a ask where they find for the Prime Minister. Sir, did you read the 200-page document? Did you watch Mystic Sensation breakdown? Did you watch the breakdowns that I'm gonna show you now? Did you watch all of these breakdowns? No. You're defending the man without even looking at the document. There's stuff that was already read out on the document that's not defendable. Like any well-thinking Jamaican understands that this man is more than likely guilty of the allegations against him. More than likely.
600 transactions with a total amount of approximately $453 million. Now, prior to 2022, when the salary was increased, the Prime Minister was getting 11 million at
Me
most.
call but you not allow me
He
to
was
say nothing.
getting 11 million at
You,
most.
you,
So if he
you
was
not
getting
allow me to
11
say
million at
something.
most for 6 years, that is 66 million.
Brother, you ask the man a question. The answer is not simple. It's a long answer. If you shut the hell up and make the man talk and get him point across, but obviously you don't want to hear all the reasons why the Prime Minister should resign. Because you are a D rider. Period. Seriously.
And him just start get 18 and so me could give him 36. So that's about
What
96 million.
did the Integrity
96
Commission?
million,
What's the
$96
conclusion of the
million dollars.
Integrity
Let me
Commission
ask you the
report?
question. How him come
What
by
is
the
the
400
conclusion
million?
of the
All right,
Integrity Commission
you know what
report?
much
One thing me blame Jamaica a topic for. He should have hang up on him. Because we're not hearing him answer the question. Because the question was asinine. It was a dumb question. RJ, big up. Thanks for joining from over by the Premier. Respect. Yeah, it was an asinine question.
Did they?
resign? Let me tell you the single most reason why the Prime Minister should resign.
That's the question I asked at first.
I
Then
just
shut
told you a
up.
while ago.
Shut up and make him answer, now, brother. Oh, yeah, I get the answer if I keep talking. What the hell is wrong with these people, man? And he's doing this on purpose. Right? It's an argument. Look, him don't want to answer to the question. Right? And listen, if anybody calling with me, listen, my trigger finger is happy. I will hang up on you. I don't care what you're talking about. If you get you the moment you start interrupting me and I give you a little bit of grace and you keep doing it and I correct you, yeah, my trigger finger is boop, out of here. Yeah, man.
He has no integrity. The 28 bank accounts are
And how you
suspicious.
come to
The
that conclusion?
transactions
Because
are
you have 28 bank
suspicious.
account.
What do you mean? How did you not come to that conclusion when you heard you had 28 bank accounts? This man is acting like somebody having 28 bank accounts is a normal thing. Bro, it screams money laundering. It is screaming money laundering.
Of course.
How did you come to that conclusion? Somebody have 28 bank account.
Exactly, Ronnie. You see, burn him.
That means you don't have any
The
integrity.
transactions are suspicious. You are moving it
So
from
why
one
the
of your
Integrity
company to
Commission
a
could
next
not
company.
find
Let me ask you a
anything
question.
to charge the Prime
My
Minister?
brother, let me explain.
Why you could not find anything to charge the Prime Minister on?
You are fighting a losing battle, and let me
Let's
make this
see.
let me
Let's
make
see.
this
Let's see
unequivocally
if
clear.
we're fighting a losing battle.
Let me make this unequivocally.
My friend,
Hey, Ronnie, sorry about that. I accidentally deleted your message. I was modding you up. Sorry about that, yeah?
Clear.
this is all about
Let me
politics, my
make
friend.
this
And you come
unequivocally.
and you're trying to
Despite
act
whatever
as
you
if
want to
you're
say,
on
let
the
me make this
sideline looking
unequivocally
in. And
clear.
you just
The
come red.
mere fact that your prime minister lies, him never get no letter. The question was asked. Did you or your members receive any letter from the Integrity Commission that you were under investigation? Him say no. And I played the video which shows that he knew that he got the letter. Time come, you can try defend him as
Them
much as you
ask, they
want. But
ask the
guess what?
Prime
But guess what?
Minister
You
if there's,
cannot. Me say
my
you
friend, they
cannot.
asked
You
the
can't pull.
question
Listen to me,
was,
sir. Sir, let me explain this today. You one can't pull that
my,
trailer. You is trained. Me say
I
you
know me,
can't.
Exactly. The Integrity Commission said based off their findings, the man should be charged. Remember they charged Dwayne Vaz? And with this is bigger than the Wayne Vaz situation. Oh, them not charge the Prime Minister. Because I believe that the Integrity Commission genuinely is afraid of the Prime Minister. And also, I believe that they're being the Integrity Commission is playing chess. Sending it based off the gag order thing, I think they're playing chess. Sending it to an independent the FID to go and do the investigation. They're hoping that they will see what I'm about to show you. What the Integrity Commission, the truth, my actual thing says, the hidden truth in the IC report that proves Andrew Holness is guilty, question mark. I'm going to show you today, based off clips, the hidden truth that I don't know if anybody has said this yet, but I'm going to show you guys the actual truth. I think the Integrity Commission did an excellent job in the document and the way they presented it, and you can see what they actually see that Andrew Holness is suspected of, and they're telling us, not directly, but if you're really reading, oh, so that's what he did. So that's just my opinion. So watch this.
alone, my friend, there's a host of, there's legion, there's a host of us.
You is trained.
What I'm saying, what I
The question was,
Sir, let me explain this today. You one can't pull that trailer.
my,
You is trained. Me say
I
you
know me
can't
alone,
manage
my
that
friend,
trailer.
there's a
Me say
host
you
of, there's
can't manage
legion,
that
there's a
trailer.
host of
Listen to me.
us.
You can.
He said that there's a legion of them. There's a host of them. Wanna hear that? May I play it back? This is what I wanted to highlight. This is what I wanted to highlight. Listen what the man said. The man said you alone can't pull that up. The man said there's a host of us, there's a legion. And Jamaica a topic, me the one call in to tell you. You know, the man said there's a legion, but through your talk, you probably never hear him and pick it up. The man said there's a host of them, there's a legion. What is legion? The Bible talk about demons. They are many, legion. And the man said there's a host of them, there's a legion. And this man is a caller for the JLP. Then why we surprised say Andrew is a walk around when they were walk around a center with campaign with man with blood pan, goat face or whatever. It seems as if a lot of the people that are in support of this party, them is a legion. Based off all this a caller say. Allegedly. I found that mighty interesting. Listen.
I know me alone, my friend, there's a host of, there's legion, there's a host of us.
Him catch himself, you know. Him said there's a host of us, there's legion, and him stop. A legion, him saying, and him stop. There's a host of us, there's a legion. Mighty God. Wanna share the life, people. Share the life, because trust me, this one, not even close to get into the excitement that we have to share with you today. Share the life, and hit the like button coming in.
Then the Jamaican people, this is not right. My wisdom warriors, hear this.
If your international forensic accounts examiner didn't pick it up, or whatever is there to pick up, what do you expect the FID to pick up?
Why are you asking that question? That is such a dumb question. Obviously, they see something, but the damn Integrity Commission hands are tied, in my opinion, because the man is the Prime Minister of the country and they are changing laws. Allegedly, he has been accused by Mark Golden of undermining the Integrity Commission's actual power, you know. And when you look at the attack from Nationwide, in my opinion, by where them get the info about the document from and putting it out there, right, to suggest to the public, any well-thinking Jamaican would probably think that, oh, wait a minute, isn't isn't how did they get this information? The Integrity Commission or somebody in the government might be corrupt, but the angle where Andrew Holness go with his statements, he was alluding to the Integrity Commission. He even alluded to that one of the PNP members, Mr. Dr. Dayton Campbell, somehow knew more than about the document before it came out. Or like, oh, you say that come out now, when that could be easily explained. So there is an effort to undermine the Integrity Commission, in my opinion. You understand? And nationwide, in my opinion, is right in the middle of it. Look at the things them that this man is asking. Listen to this. May I play all right? Hold on.
Feeding the Jamaican people, this is not right. My wisdom warriors, hear this.
If your international forensic accounts examiner didn't pick it up, or whatever is there to pick up, what do you expect the FID to pick up? It's not making sense to me. It's as if the Integrity Commission is saying, having met as a jury, yes, we can't arrive at a verdict. It's a hung jury. We don't know.
This man is a liar. Oh my God.
After 3 years and considerable resources and time, in those 3 years, the Prime Minister has been hammered politically, and more than politically, because the Prime Minister is damaged. You can't tell some Jamaican people, yeah, that he's not guilty of financial irregularity or impropriety. Some people will never accept that. Some people are calling for his head. That's my 2 cents on it, Tyler.
My wisdom.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
We can't arrive at a verdict. It's a hung jury. We don't know.
That's cap. Right there, so foolish this matter. They did arrive at a verdict. He should be charged. Why are you lying? The person in the Integrity Commission said that there's not enough evidence. That is just that one individual, you know. Where Puto said the recommendation is that he was charged. So they did come to a conclusion. Why are you lying, Mr. Cliff Hughes? Why are you lying? Why does Nationwide keep lying? In my opinion, you're lying and you're misleading the people. Your license should be taken away. Your license should be taken away, man. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I have a whole lot of things to talk about. Alright? Let me share my screen real quick. Mighty God, you're the man. No, sir. Why the man, hey. Yo, man, I said something a while ago. You know me, I keep it to myself. So, guys, the hidden truth. The truth in the Integrity Commission report that proves Andrew Holness is guilty. Question mark. Right? Andrew Holness must resign. That are the hashtag. That more want on the hashtag go everywhere. Andrew Holness must resign. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Well-thinking Jamaican right here.
Where we said nobody knew if they were being investigated. The Integrity Commission didn't send a letter. I don't know. Nobody has said anything to me. When you look at this report, the initial communication was September 30, 2022 regarding the omissions in the 2021 statutory declaration. There were follow-up requests to provide additional information and corrections. February 23, 2023, March 6, 2023, March 12, 2023, April 4, 2023. He was interviewed on January 12, 2023. Further meetings and interviews were had, and a significant meeting was had on the 31st of August, 2023. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023. I'm going to make sure I'm write them down because they don't want to make no error. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023, informing him of the referral received for investigations regarding his 2021 statutory declarations, and the referral raised concerns about potential illicit enrichment and other issues. So here is the problem. Even if we're not concerned about the veracity, the truth in these documents, I am concerned that my leader, Dr. Andrew Holness, did not tell me as a voter, as an individual, as a citizen, that he knew that he was being questioned. All this time we were operating under the pretext that this was a dirty thing. Nobody don't know nothing about it. Now, when you look at this report, and this is when you want to ask for facts, if you don't think the money important, the honesty, the truth is important, because you made me feel that nothing never goes up. And if you have interviews, you have emails, you have meetings, and a one-on-one thing. One of the meetings were held at his office. So tell me, Dion as a Jamaican, even if I don't believe that the Verita people them said the thing right or the bond thing not right and I adequately earned my money, why would you not tell me that you knew that you were being questioned?
And they say that people are playing politics. That is a well thought out. That's a well thinking, beautiful. She's beautiful, by the way. Beautiful lady. That is a brilliant lady right there. That is a well thinking Jamaican. You knew you had meetings. Oh, and by the way, guys, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter. Yeah, that's me right there. Go follow your boy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go follow me. But my link, all of the links to my videos are in my let me show y'all real quick. Somebody asked me about Zelle. Let me just segue to this. Guys, when you go and you open the platform, all the links are right here. The PayPal link, anonymous link is the PayPal link, WhatsApp community, WhatsApp group, my other 2 channels. Here's the Zelle information. Now, the Zelle, if you want to donate via Zelle, yeah, she do look good, right? That one got you out the bushes, one Brimmy Boss official, big up. So, Zelle, the Zelle, if you Zelle me, you have to email me the receipt, or you WhatsApp me the receipt, or you Instagram me the receipt. You DM me on Instagram. 1 out of the 3. Alright, I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. My email is right there. It's very, very easy. All of the links is in the description of the video. I'm glad I remember to say that. No, back to what the lady just said. Right? Because what she said was very, very important. She said, listen, you did not tell me, you lied to us about not knowing if you were investigated, or you were being investigated or not. I don't think nobody should pass that point. Stop right there, sir. This is the first red flag of Andrew Holness. Why did he lie to the people? If Andrew Holness doesn't have nothing to hide, why did he lie to the people? I'm want some labor, right? To answer that in the comment section or in the live chat right now. Why did he lie to the people? But we're going to leave that one alone because we have greater things to talk about. I'm going to get through it as fast as possible. Now, let me stop sharing this. Kinda dark like a midnight. City pre, no. Alright, so this big up Talk Your Mind TV. Zine, big up Jamaica Hot Topic, and big up Atapa Press, and big up Mr. Dr. Dayton Campbell, and big up my Twitter page. Zine, because I see the video on Twitter, and then me just share it on my thing and play it. Zine, and big up all angles. They're doing an excellent job in regards to this, really dissecting this particular situation with the reports. And I'm going to go into. Is her name Angela? No, I don't remember her name, but in the next video I'm going to review is hers. But look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me speed this up a bit. So Talk Your Mind TV.
We're going to take on back to basic. I really want to know what could have caused all of this. What could have go so?
What
can
go
so?
so?
I want you to answer this, Andrew. What could have go so?
What could have go so?
Collaboration is key for
I tell you about the ads them, I don't know if I have to go and I have to watch my
in one app. Using our
Alright.
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government now.
Who remember this? Who remember this? No. Guys, I am new to this. I am new to this. I am not going to act like I am not new to this. I heard about this. I've heard the audio. I've heard people say it like this incident. But listen,
Yo, what could I go so?
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government that.
the man say, what's your thoughts on the shooting? And this man was brass enough to say you should ask the government that. Why would he say that? That's an indirect message, in my opinion. But listen.
Wait, so what does it mean? Ask them what that means.
And he went again and said, ask them what that means. So he's saying that the government that was in the ruling at the time, them are the best person to go ask a question to about that shooting we go on. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Yo, that is wild, man. Let's go back.
So,
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government that. Wait, so what does it mean? Ask them what that means. I'm going to have a staff meeting. We're coming from the hospital. The incident happened probably about 10:30, and we went up to the hospital. These are some of our directors. Director Kevin Stevens, Director of Investigation, Director Craig Burson, Director of Information and Complaints, and Corporate Services Director. So we're just getting back.
So this came as a shock to you, sir?
No.
It's not a shock?
No. It would be inevitable based upon environment within which we're operating.
Is anything like this ever happened?
No, but we have gotten veiled threats.
So you have been getting threats?
A lot of it is on social media. Our chairman actually spoke about it. Yeah.
Is there any consideration for security?
Right? We have private security now.
Is this wrong? Is this wrong?
No. This is as of today.
Sad, sir. Sad. Thank you for talking.
One time the Integrity Commission, them come out and say 6 of the JLP member of parliament under investigation for illicit enrichment. The man gets shot and in briefcase take away. Because them claims that them think the documents sit in the briefcase, so them send them hitman to show the Integrity Commission man, take away in briefcase. Then them use the said hitman, them use show the Integrity Commission man.
Allegedly.
Go shoot up the radio station to make it look like somebody attacked the radio station when time that is just a part of the plan. The brethren say to ask the government what that mean. So them knows that the hit come from the government.
Allegedly.
Investigation. The man
Allegedly.
say ask the government what that mean.
Sheesh.
That means if from the get-go, the stinking government have something to hide.
Wow.
So them send a hitman for now for go shoot the Integrity man. Take away in briefcase and them.
Damn.
I'm gonna play it again. If you not just a join, like and share.
Your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government that.
Wait, so what does it mean, sir?
Ask them what that means.
It's more like among staff.
I'm going to have a staff meeting. We're coming from the hospital. Incident.
Andrew, you are the head of government. What this mean? The man say over ask you, what this mean? Andrew,
Hey.
what this mean? The man come out and say 6 politician were in the house under investigation for illicit enrichment. Then click a clock, get shot in the hand and in briefcase take away. Cause when the checks and have documents we have exposed, you know. So no sending a hitman friend for a shoot the brethren. The man say for ask the government. Well, Andrew, you are the head of the government, so you may for ask. You ask who you want to ask down the line, but you may ask. What this mean? What this mean? The brethren say for ask you. What this mean? You are the government. You are the head of the government. So like you take over everything if I outside your gate, if I road I get up on it, any little thing, if I held crime, anything on you, so you will ask, what this mean?
What this mean?
What this mean?
What can go so? What can go so? Yo, I never knew, man. Listen, I've been detached from mainstream media and the news for years. I ain't know nothing about this until recently, when I start diving into what's going on in Jamaica. Yo, this is crazy.
Happened probably about 10:30, and we went up to the hospital. These are some of our directors. Director Kevin Stevens, Director of Investigation, Director Craig Burson, Director of Information and Complaints, and corporate services director. So we're just getting back in.
I'm sure this came as a shock to you, sir.
No.
It's not
No,
a shock.
no. It would be inevitable based upon environment within which we're operating.
A man say it was
The man say it was inevitable based on the environment on which they working. So basically, investigating people for solicit enrichment, and allegedly money laundering is involved. Whoever is investigating, yeah, you probably need to have some protection. Because if they're money laundering, that means they got money and they could put money on your head, right? And more importantly, they would want to get the information that's damning on them and destroy it. All criminals would want to do that. So, hey, how you doing, Joanne Sinclair? Good morning. So, yeah, when he said he's not surprised, then you should ask the government that, and he doubled down and said ask them that again, yeah, that was major shots fired. I can tell you that right now. Woo! Lord have mercy. Hey.
Inevitable based on the water where them are treading. That means from the Prime Minister name call up in the enrichment, the man say he must expect anything. That's what man say,
Yep.
The man say, yo, and him smile. The man say from them type of people in the investigation for illicit enrichment, he must expect anything. So come a surprising thing. He didn't expect it.
Yep.
That him say,
Yep.
Does anything like this ever happen?
No, but we have gotten veiled threats.
So you have been getting threats?
A lot of it is on social media. Our chairman actually spoke about it.
Any consideration for
Right? So we have private security now.
Is this tomorrow or is this?
No, this is as of today.
Sad, sir. Sad.
Disgraceful.
Very.
Very disgraceful.
Very.
But anyway, I want to hear this again, pertaining to the same matter.
60% of top lottery jackpots have these four numbers in common. The lottery is completely random, right? Nope. New research shows
at about 10:43 a.m., right at the New Kingston corporate car park, number 1. The complainant, Mr. Ryan Evans, he's also the director of corruption prevention at the Integrity Commission, was in the car park. While he exited the car park, he was pounced upon by at least 2 men who rode up on a motorcycle. The pillion proceeded to come off the motorcycle and attacked him. He pulled a firearm, and a struggle took place between the complainant and the pillion. During the struggle, a black briefcase seemed to have been the subject of his curiosity. A struggle developed between himself and the complainant for that briefcase, and during the struggle, the complainant was shot. The pillion seemed to have left with the briefcase. The complainant himself was he drove himself to the hospital where he's currently being treated. As far as we know at this point, robbery seems to have been the main motive. We are uncertain of what else took place, but it's early days in the investigation. As the investigation develops, we'll provide you with additional information. But the complainant is stable at this time.
Any ideas for what in the briefcase?
We can't say at this time.
Yeah. At a time when we know the work of and we know what they do, is there any motive?
I can appreciate where your mind is going, but at this stage, we have no information that will connect both instances at this time. We're treating it as a robbery and watch the investigation as it develops. It is a consideration, but as it is right now, not as yet. But we are assisting the staff and we are assisting the complainant as it relates to this robbery. And about
so honestly, this bridge in my trade soft.
Yeah, man. It might try to take it easy.
Because there's a motive. The bridge come out and say 6 politicians under investigation for illicit enrichment. Andrew Holness knows him one of them.
Allegedly.
He knows him one of them.
Allegedly.
The bridge himself asked the government what that mean. But the Jamaican people them now need to lock down Jamaica and ask Andrew Holness to step aside. And let me talk about like now. This are the talking every well-thinking Jamaican fear have right now. We don't have to do it on the phone. For them can know on the plans I want to do. We don't talk half, you're talking in the community. We go protest. I want to just get up and protest. Don't post it on the phone. I'm going to deal with it off the phone. Don't put everything on the phone. But the protest is in full swing now. You can put it on the phone. But in the planning, don't plan it on the phone. But I don't need to get out Andrew Holness. I don't need to get him out now. I'm fine.
Ballhead Wayne in the building.
Anyway,
hey, I'm so glad Ballhead Wayne is here, man. I gotta play your donation, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support the platform, did I pin my donation link? Let me find out. I didn't pin my donation link. I'm out here teasing. But anyway, when you donate with a donation link that's pinned in the comment section, this is how it comes out on the actual screen. What happened? What's going on? What's going on? Don't do me like that. What's going on? What happened to my donations? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, let's go. Turn up on the donations. Thank you. Thank you for the love, gentle people. Let's get it. Turn me up.
Baldhead Wayne tipped $20. I've been out of the loop, but a little support my brother.
Hey man, shout out to Baldhead Wayne, you heard? Baldhead Wayne, turn me up. Us Baldhead brothers got to stick together. You hear me? Salute for the donation. Yeah. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Salute to the broski. Hey, shout out to Rough Side Design. Says write on paper and pass the note, lips closed. Hey, it's getting that serious in Jamaica, huh? Seems like we're living in a dictatorship. Janet says good morning. Shout out to Janet Jones in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Rough Side Design says power to the people of Jamaica. The world is watching. Facts. No joke.
Want to hear where information.
Share the live, guys. Share the live.
And tell me if
share the live. Oh, should I play this? Nah, I want to get into the facts. I'll get back to this part. I'll get back to that part. Yeah, I want to play the facts because the next video I'm going to play, there's a whole lot that is going to be said. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I want to get to the meat and potatoes.
So the long-awaited report from the Integrity Commission looking at the statutory declarations of Prime Minister Andrew Holness is finally out. It's been tabled in Parliament. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the main points, and also though I have to make some comments about some of what has been going on in terms of conversation and discussion about this issue in the public arena. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dion Jackson Miller.
Hey, big up to Dion Jackson Miller. Real talk. Big up. All right, I have a new level of respect for her after watching this video. You guys check this out.
So, as I said, a couple quick comments first of all. No, I am concerned about the way in which public discussion on this issue has gone on for the last.
Oh, and the link to the video and all the videos, even the sound bites that I played, the link to the channels will be in the description. You guys can go and support the platforms and check out the information yourself and check out more of the video. But the excerpts that I put together is just to make my point on this. But this is the key video right here. All the other ones I just gave you, the one I just played with Talking My TV also brings context to the situation. But this one right here, this is the alley-oop. So Talking My TV just threw up the ball a while ago. We're playing basketball. He just threw the ball up. I know. Damn, my bad. I apologize. Shoot. I just messed up her name. Lord have mercy. What's wrong with me? Dion Jackson Miller, sorry. Dion Jackson Miller.
You about to move the bonnet around here if you touch my leg. I love. Matter of fact, don't move that hand no more. Now drop it. So Mike, you mean to tell me Diddy was touching on?
Hey, shout out to the new subs, but I can't have that disturb me right now. If a donation comes in, I'll unmute the notification. But listen, salute to Dion Jackson Miller, man. Real talk. She killed it on this one. Listen to what she's saying. Just listen to what she's saying.
I am concerned about the way in which public discussion on this issue has gone on for the last week and a half. Now, because one particular portion of the report was leaked, the part dealing with the 4 accounts that the Prime Minister's name was said to be on, and in relation to which the Director of Corruption Prosecutions had said there shouldn't be any charge, the entire discussion for the past week and a half has been, how the Integrity Commission could have spent 2 years and look on $400,000 in a 4 bank account, and them a waste money, they need to be dismantled and so on. And there has been an all-out attack on the Integrity Commission, when in reality, when you look at the report, there is so much more in the report than the issue of those 4.
Guys, that right there is a key point. There has been an attack on the Integrity Commission. They are trying to take away their credibility. And whether Nationwide is knowingly involved in this plot, directly or indirectly, the reports that they put out cast in some people's eye, it pushed out a certain narrative about the Integrity Commission. I just this amount of I just $384,000. I'm mother bank account and father bank account. I believe this was done purposefully. That was the plan the whole time. Put this out there and have the people think that, oh, it's just, and they're overreacting. And you know why I believe that? Because the statements that Andrew Holness made in Parliament when he was quote-unquote defending himself, that those statements alluded to the same exact narrative. Exact narrative. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you guys to really pay attention on that. Let's continue.
Accounts. Also, it brings into, what should I say? It raises as well for me a concern I've had over the past few years, which is that there seems to be a deliberate attempt to destroy the Integrity Commission in terms of the kind of attacks on it, the way in which this kind of tearing down of the commission and the commissioners and the people who work there. Look, it's a young organization, relatively speaking. Have they made some mistakes? Yes. So, for instance, when they sent out the previous report on the Prime Minister, and they sent out the investigation report which recommended that charges be laid, and then it was not until a few days later, after the country had been in an uproar, that the report came out from the Director of Corruption Prosecution saying no charges are going to be laid, and many people, including myself, criticized them for not submitting both those reports together. Since then, that's exactly what they've done. When you have a new entity, one as important as this, you nurture it, you correct it, it's like almost like a small child, really, honestly. You look at ways to improve it, because when you're doing something new, you are going to have some teething pains, you are going to have some issues, and we absolutely should raise those issues. But this all-out attack and attempt to destroy the commission is very concerning. Now, one of the other concerns I've heard is how long...
There is a clear attack, and it's very concerning. Anybody that you see trying to undermine, and this is my opinion, I want my people to open up their eyes. Anyone, including the Prime Minister, that you see keep pushing the narrative that somehow something wrong with the Integrity Commission, in my opinion, they are guilty. Whether it's Juliet Cuthbert coming out talking foolishness, probably that she's a part of the 8. Who knows? We don't know yet. Because the way how the statements that she's making makes no sense. They want us to believe that this report does not hold enough weight for well-thinking Jamaicans to be concerned about what the activities of the Prime Minister. And he wants us to believe that there was one mistake that made all of this whole thing, and it was just a waste of time. Really? When you have 28 accounts, right? That takes a lot of time to research and do detailed investigation on 28 financial accounts. When you was putting in information that was contrary, and then you have to contact your own partners and banks and all of this. Like, he's acting like this process was not a valid process, and we need to reform and we need to change. Yo, the man need to resign. He should not be responsible for any decision making in regards to how the Integrity Commission moves forward, because he's been under investigation by the same entity. So he should not decide. Just off principle alone, with these findings and this report, he should resign. Andrew Holness must resign immediately. And I don't see why the people don't see, like how some people don't see that to be logical and fair and just and just it's the right thing to do. How they don't see it, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. Making excuses for this man with all of this information is baffling to me.
This investigation took, well, actually, if you actually choose to look at the report, if you have the time, it's 171 pages, and once you start to get into it, you can understand why it took so much time. It's an in-depth investigation into not a couple of bank accounts, but about 28 bank accounts, 3 companies as well, and the movement of money. These things are going to take a long time.
Man, shout out to this lady, man.
In addition, people have been objecting to the fact that the Integrity Commission said they brought in and using the words independent international forensic accounting examiner, saying again, it's a witch hunt and they're wasting money. This cannot be the way we look at these things, people. If such an important investigation is being carried out, you want to know what is the real situation, and if the entity needs to bring in outside assistance, then it needs to do that. That can't be something we quarrel about, honestly. And in addition, this idea that
that's what the Prime Minister did. That's what he did in his statement, that this is a waste of time and resources. But he did not see the waste. Kaikar, big up. He did not see the waste of resources in renting 2 buildings. The government renting 2 tax buildings for over $300 million that are empty, one in Anata Bay and one down the west. Him never say that was a waste of resources, but investigating to have transparency for somebody that did not sign the code of conduct and his entire party did not sign and is under investigation for illicit enrichment. He is saying that investigation and the time and resources that was spent to find out if the Prime Minister of Jamaica hands are dirty or he's been putting his hands in the cookie jar. He's saying that was a waste of resources. Because I said I'm above board, and you should believe me, Jamaica. There shouldn't be no detailed investigation into my business, because I am the king and I am the dictator. This is how the man is coming off.
That the Integrity Commission looked at this, investigated this for 2 years, didn't find anything, and now they want to refer the matter to the FID, the Financial Investigation Division. Also, that's a wrong way to look at the issue. My first video on the Integrity Commission, if you haven't watched it yet, please watch it.
The reason why it's a wrong way to look at the issue is because there's a gag order. Blue, what's up? There's a gag order on the Integrity Commission. So the government and Andrew Holness is not playing fair with the Integrity Commission. So I believe, and I'm going to show you, that the Integrity Commission put the truth in plain sight, but they did it in such a way. They said it but didn't say it. Wait, I'm gonna point it out.
Please watch it. I talk about the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act, the fact that the Integrity Commission cannot speak to anybody about its investigations, and how it means that we cannot therefore have any joined up investigation taking place. The Integrity Commission cannot work with the FID. If the FID comes to them and say, hey, are you looking at this issue, they can't answer, right? So they're...
Bingo. Imagine. Let me, she said it all. Let me just play.
Can be no collaboration of law enforcement agencies, and when have you ever heard of that happening? So that is an issue. As I said, look at the video.
Big issue. So the Integrity Commission cannot work with any outside entities of law enforcement to investigate individuals within the government because they're under a gag order. What kind of shit is that? Does this happen anywhere else? I'm just asking. Because I ain't never heard no shit like that before. What kind of investigation? Like the FBI and the CIA and the local police force work together to solve crimes, right? This Wagwan VMAC, big up. This is not. You know what I'm saying? This is not like national security issues, bro. We talking about solicit enrichment. We're talking about people actually stealing allegedly from the Jamaican purse. So what is this? What is this gag on a business? Come on, man, stop.
Link it at the end of this particular video. All right, so let me take you now through the report as quickly as I can.
Hey, VMAC, remember, you know, Bolo VNR clips, guys. Sub up to Bolo VNR clips. I'm Blue. I want you to drop the link for Bolo VNR. Encourage the people to sub up to both those platforms if they haven't already, especially Bolo VNR clips.
I'm taking you just through the summary as well as the conclusions and recommendations because, as I said, it's really long. So the investigation started because the commissioners asked the director of investigations to investigate, saying there were concerns that he owned assets that were disproportionate to his lawful earnings for the 2021 declaration period. In other words, they looked at his numbers and they said, oh, you have a certain amount of money, but we don't know how you got it because your income, what we're seeing in terms of your lawful earnings, don't seem to match up with how much money or how many assets you have in all. And that was the basis of the investigation, of the request, I should say, for the director to investigate. So it was on that basis he said that he started the investigation, and he did say that he was unable to arrive at a conclusion regarding illicit enrichment in respect of Mr. Holness, as he did not have access to a schedule of Mr. Holness's personal expenses over the period, and due to unresolved questions concerning the operation of companies with which he's connected. But he said he nevertheless conducted a net worth analysis in respect of Mr. Holness and a company that is wholly owned by Mr. Holness. He said the analysis didn't show any unexplained growth in Mr. Holness's net worth for 2021, but it showed unexplained growth in Mr. Holness's net worth for the year 2022. Now,
so basically, Andrew Holness in this investigation, because the people were not given all the access to explanations and information that was needed, they could not come to a conclusion on whether or not there was clear proof of illicit enrichment. However, there was enough red flags there for cause for concern. That is what they're saying, you know? That's exactly what they're saying.
The unexplained growth in Mr. Holness's net worth for the year 2022. Now, they point out a problem. They say a major issue was that one of the bank accounts that Mr. Holness didn't declare to the Integrity Commission, the financial institution had said the money in there was in US dollars when in fact it was in Jamaican dollars. So that created a problem. The investigation therefore had to be closed down. There wasn't any finding of culpability on the part of Mr. Holness, but they said the declaration was still inaccurate and incomplete because of these bank accounts that he hadn't declared. So he was asked to submit a new updated statutory declaration for 2021, and he did that. And it also raised concerns for the commissioners that Mr. Holness owned assets disproportionate to his lawful earnings.
So even though there was an error, right? They said, you know what? Shut that investigation down. Give us the information for 2021. Even after giving the information for 2021, they still found issues. They still found issues. They still found inconsistencies. They still found red flags.
So again, he began an investigation. So after that second referral, the director's investigation led him, he said, to examine over 3,600 transactions in respect of about 28 bank accounts, which either were or are presently associated with Mr. Holness. They got over 80 witness statements and they held judicial hearings. And they also asked Mr. Holness for some explanations of some of the
around here if you touch my leg. Matter of fact, don't move right here no more. Now try me. Don't Mike, you mean to tell me Diddy was touching on your leg while you were sitting right here on this couch?
Trying to, but I seen it before.
Diddy, get the hell out of this studio.
The Empty Vessel 876.
Shout
Jamaica.
out.
Subscribe to the channel.
Shout out to the Empty Vessel. Yo, listen. So you telling me this was a waste of time? 3,600 transactions, 28 bank accounts, 80 witnesses that they held hearings for. You're telling me that, and they're investigating. At the time, at one point, they were investigating 5 more people, including Mr. Holness. Now, it recently added to 2 more. So, they're really busy. So, you telling me, Mr. Andrew Holness, that the investigation was a waste of time? And it took too much time and too much resources? When all of this needed to be looked into? When you had issues and then they had to go back and restart the investigation? Yo, this man went in front of the parliament and misled the people with his statements, bro. He misled the people. He created a narrative. And Jamaican people really need to come together and demand for him to resign. This is an absolute disgrace. It is as clear as day to any well-thinking Jamaican that this man is not innocent. He is not innocent. I don't believe he is innocent.
Findings they were making. All of this would help to explain why it was the investigation took so long. They also said, given the complexity and the volume of transactions involved, an independent international forensic accounting examiner was engaged to determine, among other things, the nature and extent of the interplay between Mr. Holness and 3 connected companies, Imperium, Estate Bridge, and Positive Media Solution. And they said, based on the volume of transactions observed in the bank accounts, the forensic examiner took about 6 months to complete his examination and submit his report. And then he comes to a number of conclusions. So I'm just going to go straight now to the conclusions. The director concludes that Mr. Holness was required to file statutory declarations, which he did. And the director further concludes that Mr. Holness failed to include in them at least 4 bank accounts jointly held by him at the time. And let me just deal with that very quickly, because the director of corruption prosecutions now looked at that issue. She said of the 4 bank accounts, 3 of them were supposedly held by Mr. Holness along with a family member. The 3rd was supposedly held by him along with a former constituency worker. Mr. Holness said in relation to the accounts that his name was on with his family members that his name was added for survivorship. In other words, if the parent dies, then the account is automatically his without having to go through probate. That's what that is. He says he doesn't remember why his name is on the account of his former worker. But in any event, he said these were accounts that he didn't have anything to do with. He doesn't know anything about the source of funds. The director of corruption prosecution said in relation to 2 of the accounts, there's insufficient evidence to show that he was actually a joint account holder during the time period. In respect of the other 2, she said, looking at the transactions on the account, one of them, the one with the constituency worker, there were no funds coming from Mr. Holness's personal account to that particular account. What they saw was the earnings, the salary coming in for the worker. In relation to the other account, there were about 10 transactions over a 6-year period from Mr. Holness's personal account to that account, which was held by a family member. And she said there wasn't anything to contradict his explanation in relation to these accounts, and that therefore there was not sufficient evidence to establish that he had made a false statement in the statutory declaration, meaning that yes, 2 of the accounts he should have declared, but they couldn't prove that he had the mental element, what's called.
They couldn't prove. They could not prove. That doesn't mean that he's not guilty.
The mens rea to show that he was deliberately making a false statement. So that concludes that in relation to the 4 accounts, no recommendation of any charges. The director concludes that on the basis of the analysis conducted on Mr. Holness's / Imperium's assets, liabilities and income for 2021, there does not appear to be any unexplained growth in net worth. But in 2022, the director found what appeared to be unexplained growth in Mr. Holness / Imperium's net worth of just over $1.9 million. The director's conclusion is premised on the fact that based on the evidence available to him, including the explanations provided by Mr. Holness, the increase in Mr. Holness's asset or net worth cannot be, without more, be justified by his known income and liabilities. It says the director was, however, hindered in his attempt to fully resolve the issue on the basis of Mr. Holness's refusal to provide him with a breakdown of his expenses for the period covered by the investigation. This refusal on the part of Mr. Holness inhibited the director's ability to make a more comprehensive and final assessment of Mr. Holness's assets, liabilities and income. In other words,
so he basically made it difficult for them to do their investigation, and he's saying that it was a waste of time. when you did not comply effectively for it to be a smooth transition. And you have to ask the question, why would you not comply effectively? If that was me, I would want my name to be cleared as quick and in a hurry. Right? So I would do a detail like, okay, moms, do we have an account together that I don't remember? Dad, is there some old account somewhere? Talk to me. And why does he have an account with an employee, a joint account? Isn't that weird? Is it just me? I'm trying to figure out. Like, seriously, why would and you just send the payment to her? Why wouldn't you send it to her account? Why would you have a joint account with her? That is weird. But I digress. I think there needs to be a deeper investigation into that account, but I digress.
The director was not in a position to determine what portion of Mr. Holness's income was used for living and other expenses and therefore not available for asset acquisition.
So he's basically being vague and not detailed enough for, this is what I'm understanding. He's being vague and not detailed enough for the Integrity Commission investigators to have a very accurate assessment and a calculation as to whether or not he is illicitly he is involved in illicit enrichment. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
They also said the question surrounding use of funds belonging to Positive Jamaica Foundation to partially purchase a bond worth $94,000 and the operation of companies with which Mr. Holness is
$94,000. Wait. Go back.
The director was not in a position to determine what portion of Mr. Holness's income was used for living and other expenses and therefore not available for asset acquisition. They also said the question surrounding use of funds belonging to Positive Jamaica Foundation to partially purchase a bond worth $94,000 and the operation of companies with which Mr. Holness is/was associated and which he named as source of funds to acquire particular assets would need to be resolved by the relevant entities before the director can make a final conclusion on the question of illicit enrichment. They said significant financial transactions were seen among three of the companies, Imperium, Positive Media and Estate Bridge, and more particularly the evidence indicates deposits of over $473 million and withdrawals of $427 million between 2020 and June 2020.
Damn! 473 million withdrawals and deposit. Yo, bro, if this is very fishy. Yeah, this is extremely fishy. So it says here, question surrounds the use of funds belonging to the Positive Jamaica Foundation to purchase in part a bond worth $94,000 and the operation of companies which Mr. Holness is or was associated and which he named as a source of funds to acquire the particular asset. So basically, they were the source of funds to acquire the asset. But the details surrounding it is shady. And also, the need to resolve the relevant entities before can be finally conclusion of the question of illicit enrichment. So they still can't determine it, is what they're saying. Transaction were amongst the three companies. Wow, 473 million. That's wild.
Now they spoke of this bond. It's a $94,000 bond that Mr. Holness acquired in September 2019, and the director says only about $61,892.98 was funded by him. The rest was taken from funds apparently belonging to a registered charity, Positive Jamaica Foundation, of which Mr. Holness was a director. And
I told y'all, go and investigate all of these charities that Nigel Clark was or is a director of. In those times, they need to do a deep search and dive, in my opinion. All right, and he slipped up in one of his speeches and said that him and Mr. Holness actually was a part of, they owned some charity or something, and then afterwards he said, you guys misunderstood what I was saying. He cleaned it up. Very suspicious. Watch, man, listen, go and check out these goddamn these foundations, bro. These charities, bro.
The director says only about $61,892.98 was funded by him. The rest was taken from funds apparently belonging to a registered charity, Positive Jamaica Foundation, of which Mr. Holness was a director. And the issue here is source of funds. Where did the funds come from to buy the bond? The director says Mr. Holness's indication that the full portion of the bond was erroneously attributed to him by NCB Capital Markets is misleading and unsupported by the evidence. So
NCB CM misleading. It's their fault, right? They are the ones that sent out a wrong report. The further concludes, Mr. Holness indicated on July 16th that the full portion of the bond, $994,000, was erroneously attributed to him by NCB CM, is misleading and unsupported by the evidence. The conclusion is based on the following. Mr. Holness had throughout the life of the bond reported the same commission in his statutory declaration. Man, listen, let's go back.
Charity Positive Jamaica Foundation, of which Mr. Holness was a director.
We gotta take
and
our
the
time
issue
with this
here
one.
is source of funds. Where did the funds come from to buy the bond? The director says Mr. Holness's indication that the full portion of the bond was erroneously attributed to him by NCB Capital Markets is misleading and unsupported by the evidence. So they mention a number of issues. They said the conclusion is based on one, Mr. Holness had throughout the life of the bond reported it to the commission in his statutory declarations as his asset. It was never indicated it didn't belong fully to him. Two, Mr. Holness, before buying the bond, had entered into a written bond purchase agreement clearly stating the value of the bond. Three, NCB Capital Markets said that in buying the bond they acted on Mr. Holness's written instructions and that he didn't raise any concerns in relation to any contrary intention. Concerns were only raised by Mr. Holness in June 2024 when Capital Markets made contact with him to ascertain source of funds for the purchase.
Damn! So, when the Integrity Commission inquired, no, he went to them after. This is the only time Issy was there. So, in my opinion, this is the perfect cop-out. No, it's your fault. It's not my fault. I don't have nothing to do with that. Plausible deniability. Mighty God. This man is clever. This man is clever. Ladies and gentlemen, we're dealing with a cunning fox, in my opinion. This man is clever. Pay attention now. Let's go back. Listen to this again. This is serious.
Commission in his statutory declarations as his asset. It was never indicated it didn't belong fully to him. Two, Mr. Holness, before buying the bond, had entered into a written bond purchase agreement clearly stating the value of the bond. Three, NCB Capital Markets said that in buying the bond they acted on Mr. Holness's written instructions and that he didn't raise any concerns in relation to any
Sassy 81. What's up, baby? Salute to you, love.
Contrary intention. Concerns were never indicated. The $61,892.98. Holness's indication that the full portion of the bond was erroneously attributed to him by NCB Capital Markets is misleading and unsupported by the evidence. So they mention a number of issues. They said the conclusion is based on one, Mr. Holness had throughout the life of the bond reported it to the commission in his statutory declarations as his asset. It was never indicated it didn't belong fully to him. Two, Mr. Holness, before buying the bond, had entered into a written bond purchase agreement clearly stating the value of the bond. 3, NCB Capital Markets said that in buying the bond, they acted on Mr. Holness's written instructions and that he didn't raise any concerns in relation to any contrary intention. Concerns were only raised by Mr. Holness in June 2024 when Capital Markets made contact with him to ascertain source of funds for the purchase. They say 4, he got a regular statement showing the value of the bond, and 5, when proceeds from another bond were erroneously deposited in his account, he reported it to NCB Capital Markets. They made the adjustments. There were no indication at the time that there was an error in respect of the $94,000 bond. And they said 6, when the bond was called in 2020, principal and interest were paid to Mr. Holness. And they said the asset in totality was treated as belonging to him in every material respect up to June 2024, when the director's investigations led to inquiries being made of Mr. Holness as the source of funds. Mr. Holness's explanation in this regard must therefore, says the director, be rejected and deemed to be unsatisfactory. The director concludes that the funding of the company Positive Media, in which Imperium, which is wholly owned by Mr. Holness, was a majority shareholder before being replaced by one of Mr. Holness's sons in 2022, they said the funding of that company raises concerns as to the true nature of the company's operations. This because they said Mr. Holness's explanation about the funding of the company, he said Positive Media is funded by Imperium, but the director says the evidence suggests that Positive Media was funding Imperium rather than Imperium funding Positive Media. Amounts totaling over 70 million were transferred from Positive Media to Imperium and over 50 million from Imperium to Positive Media during the period. A surplus of about 20 million remained in Imperium's account, and that will need to be ventilated, he says, by the relevant authority. The director concludes that
guilty. That nigga is guilty.
Yo, are you guys paying attention? I hope you guys are listening and reading at the same time. It's on the screen for you to read. Okay, the evidence is there, the inconsistencies, what the bank has, the proof they have, and his statements that he's making against the bank. They have letters, written contracts. He's saying, hey, how you doing, Nora? Salute. Wow, this is interesting, to say the least. Trust me.
million were transferred from Positive Media to Imperium and over 50 million from Imperium to Positive Media during the period. A surplus of about 20 million remained in Imperium's account, and that will need to be ventilated, he says, by the relevant authority. The director concludes that the filing of nil income tax returns for the years 2021 and 2022 on the part of Imperium, Estate Bridge and Positive Media in circumstances where the company's reported income and other business activities in their audited financial statements poses significant tax compliance concerns.
Ooh, there goes the one of the accusations against him about not paying his taxes. Pay attention.
And they say that the director further concludes that the filing of a nil income tax return and income tax return with income of $355,100 by Green Emerald in 2021 and 22 in circumstances where this company had provided short-term loans to Positive Media of over 20 million and appeared to be in operation also raises serious tax compliance concerns. They say it's accepted and understood that a company, though operating at a loss, may be in a position to offer loans, but the issue here is whether the companies had any income and expenses over the period which were not disclosed to tax administration of Jamaica. The director further concludes that its conduct on the part of the principals of Imperium, Estate Bridge, Positive Media and Green Emerald prima facie on the face of it constitutes a fundamental undermining of the tax laws and particularly a breach of section 99(1) of the Income Tax Act. They go on to say the director concludes that the appointment of Mr. Norman Brown, a business associate of Mr. Holness, as chairman of the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica poses significant conflict of interest
red flag
concerns, since both entities fall under Mr. Holness's portfolio as Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Mr. Brown is a minority shareholder in Estate Bridge and has made the single largest shareholder contribution to this company since its incorporation. The director does say there is no direct evidence to suggest any improprieties on the part of Mrs. Holness and Brown. Then the director raises concerns about the conduct of Barita in granting a $50 million loan to Imperium, saying it raises several prudential concerns. This in relation to the fact that this loan was supposed to be secured and was in fact unsecured.
Wow.
And they say collateral that should have been provided for the loan either did not exist in the name of the borrower or did not exist at the material time, and a legal mortgage which should have been registered in favor of Barita was not registered. Now, Barita said they had a practice of not formally securing loans by way of registration in respect of premium clients, but the director said that was unsatisfactory because the documents had certain fundamental errors which would almost certainly render the security unregistrable. Recommendations.
Wow.
The director recommended.
Listen to this. Here we go. You heard all the inconsistencies now. All the little red flags. His business partner is a part of this thing and a part of that thing, and you hear just you hearing red flags of nepotism and cronism and all the things that are a part of a ball of corruption. But listen to the recommendations.
That the report be referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions on that issue of making a false statement, that in relation to the accounts we've dealt with that. In relation to the filing of nil tax returns on the part of Imperium, Estate Bridge, Positive Media and Green Emerald in circumstances where these entities appear to be engaged in business activities, the Director recommends that a copy of this report be referred to Tax Administration Jamaica for the necessary assessment to be made and where required for appropriate penalties to be imposed.
You hear that? They want to get the investigation away from the taxes. Is a serious thing. Tax evasion is a very, very serious thing. This is something I believe that he is guilty of. And this is why this is one of the recommendations by the Integrity Commission. Because they can't say anything. Remember, they're on a gag order, you know. But to put out a report this detail, and this is the summary of the report, this is the snippets. We haven't really dived into the document as deep as this is a 200 plus page document, guys. But the main points that have already been given is enough for you in the public sphere to have a cause for concern, right? How did this man move from just being a politician his whole life, move from 21 Cumberland Road, 2-bedroom boardhouse or 1-bedroom, I don't remember what him say, cause you know, he's so inconsistent, much like inconsistent with the reporting of funds, allegedly, according to the Integrity Commission, right? How did he move from that to a billionaire just by being a politician? Wow. We're not even talking about your wife yet, and with. Hey, I can't wait for the next 7 to be exposed. That's all I'm saying.
On Jamaica for the necessary assessment to be made and where required for appropriate penalties to be imposed. Having regard to questions around the funding and operations of Positive Media, Positive Jamaica Foundation and Green Emerald, the director recommends that a copy of this report be referred to the Financial Investigation Division for investigation to be conducted. The finding of the director's investigation raises significant questions around the income generating capacity of the companies relative to the funds which have been identified in their accounts. In the case of Positive Media, the loans issued / transfers made to Imperium. In the case of Green Emerald, the issues were the loans issued to Positive Media, and in the case of Positive Jamaica Foundation, that was the circumstances surrounding the alleged use of funds belonging to Positive Jamaica as a partial source of funds for that $94,000 bond. The director says his powers and limited resources and the exigencies in relation to remit and time do not allow him to sufficiently ventilate this issue.
Limited resources, power. That is why the Integrity Commission, Wagwan Hassan, that is why the Integrity Commission of Jamaica is recommending that other entities investigate these specific things. Basically, they have given those entities a alley-oop. Here is where you should focus on: tax invasion, the funding, the loans to these companies, right? and the source of funds around those things. Where the money coming from? They have given these entities, the TAJ and the FID, right? They have given them the alley-oop and say, yo, this up the problem there. I can't say it. I can't investigate it efficiently. My hands are tied behind my back. We are being undermined here over by the Integrity Commission. However, the recommendations, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is what Andrew Holness is actually guilty of.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Truth hidden in the Integrity Commission that proves Andrew Holness is guilty, question mark. I believe that is exactly what Andrew Holness is guilty of. Tax invasion, cannot verify the source of funds with the loans and these things with these companies. There has to be a deeper look and a deeper dive. 28 accounts? Come on, man. Let's continue.
In relation to the finding that Mr. Norman Brown, a business partner of Mr. Holness, chairs the UDC and the housing agency, which are within Mr. Holness's portfolio, the director recommends that a copy of this report be sent to the Ethics Committee of Parliament to determine the appropriateness of a minister appointing a business associate or personal connection to a public board under their portfolio. And
more you hear that again. I'm going to play that slow. I'm going to play that slow. Alright? That needs to be highlighted. If this is not a red flag, I don't know what is.
in relation to the finding that Mr. Norman Brown, a business partner of Mr. Holness, chairs the UDC and the housing agency, which are within Mr. Holness's portfolio.
So Mr. Holness controls these agencies, and that individual working the agencies, and
director recommends that a copy of this report be sent to the ventilate this issue. In relation to the finding that Mr. Norman Brown, a business partner of Mr. Holness.
So the man is a business partner of Mr. Holness. And what?
Chairs the UDC and the housing agency, which are within Mr. Holness's portfolio.
He what? Consequent to the findings, Mr. Norman Brown, a business partner of Mr. Holness, is the chairman of two of Jamaica's largest development corporation, the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency. So the business partner of Mr. Holness, ladies and gentlemen, right, is the chairman, right, of the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Isn't that a red flag? All well-thinking Jamaicans. Isn't that a red flag? And V, Mac and Blue, big up on yourself on our work. Isn't that a red flag? The man is the business partner for the man and also the chairman for two important agencies like the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Let me play it and then I'll go to something real quick. And it says here, Mr. Holness ministerial is a part of his portfolio, right? The recommendation that a copy of this report be referred to the Ethics Committee, right? I don't want them to sign a code of conduct of Parliament to examine and determine the appropriateness of a minister directly or indirectly appointing a business associate or other person. It's like Andrew Holness and his wife don't know or cannot identify a conflict of interest. Like, I believe that they have abused their power immensely. When you look at these documents and you look at what is being detailed, come on, how can you have a business partner as a chairman in two development corporations that is a part of your portfolio? So because you control him, I'm going to appoint my business partner. What y'all got going on? What exactly is going on right there? Are we to believe that that is platonic and you guys are not into any type of illicit enrichment? We're supposed to believe that. Let's continue. Let's continue.
The director recommends that a copy of this report be sent to the Ethics Committee of Parliament to determine the appropriateness of a minister appointing a business associate or personal connection to a public board under their portfolio. And he says the committee should also consider if there are enough safeguards in place to deal with any conflict of interest issues. In relation to Barito and their handling of the 50 million...
You hear that? They want to know if there's any safeguards in place. Right? So, basically, not only is the Integrity Commission investigation highlighting a clear conflict of interest, but it's also making recommendations to make sure that that cannot be legally done ever again if it was not considered to be illegal. So the Integrity Commission importance cannot be overstated. The Integrity Commission needs to be fed. It needs to be like the lady said. You need to nurture this organization because it's going to be the entity that keeps the checks and balances when it comes on to the people in positions of power. As it stands right now, in my opinion, these guys are operating with impunity. How the hell are you hiring your business partner?
They should.
How are you hiring your business partner into development corporations that is a part of your portfolio? Somebody please make that make sense to me. All of this is shiesty. It's snakish. Right? It's unbecoming of somebody that came in saying that they were going to be transparent and they were going to have good governance. All I see, like Mary White said, control. It's all about control. What about having the right person for the job and not your business partner and your friend? And even if your business partner and your friend is qualified, they should not be given the job just off integrity alone. It does not look good. It looks like crime is happening in this situation, as far as I'm concerned. And any well-thinking Jamaican would say the same thing. Even if it was Mark Golding or Mr. Pattison from the UIC was operating in this way, I would say the same thing. What is the difference between government and mafia operations? Very good question, Mary White. Very, very good question. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Also consider if there are enough safeguards in place to deal with any conflict of interest issues. In relation to Barito and their handling of the $50 million loan to Imperium, the director recommends that the report be referred to the Financial Services Commission for consideration as to whether those practices are consistent with the spirit and scheme of the Financial Services Commission Act.
You hear that? They are, listen, I'm telling you, they are telling you what he did with the recommendations, bruh. They are literally giving these entities the alley-oop. Go look there. That's where the issue is. That's where you're going to find the evidence. It's an alley-oop. Yo, this is going to be a long one because of this gag order that they got on the Integrity Commission. This could have been done a long time ago now. The 8 illicit thieves in the government are allegedly 8 illicit thieves in the government. Right? Would have been locked up, would have been gone on with their lives if the Integrity Commission was not under a gag order. They would have been gone. This would have been easy. They would have been charged or imprisoned. And I love Mr. Mark Golding's stance. Anybody that's found guilty after investigation, should not practice politics anymore. You cannot be trusted around the money. You cannot be trusted. You cannot be trusted. Even if I can't prove that they take anything, just looking at your ministries and the amount of millions of dollars that have been missing and cannot be accounted for, there is a pattern. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And I don't think no well-thinking Jamaican can ever trust this man again or his government. And you know why? Because not even one JLP person has come out and flagged the Prime Minister and says, no, something not right and this don't look good. This is not a good look on the party. You have Juliet Cuthbert poking out her chest, saying there's no reason for anybody to be concerned and it's just foolishness basically. I'm paraphrasing. This is how they want us to believe, guys, that something is wrong with us for thinking that this man is guilty. Oh, it was a waste of resources. There's nothing to see here, guys. There's nothing to see here. And you have Cliff Hughes coming out with these numbskull statements. These illiterate, ignorant statements painting a narrative. Right? A nationwide coming out with leaked things which they should not have any access to. They need to investigate them too. They need to get locked up too. Right? And pushing out a narrative on the public before the report is being read. Because them know some black people don't like to read. You think they don't know someone don't like read? Guys, I encourage you to get more involved in your politics. And coming from somebody that would never want to do nothing with politics, you must know. I never even watch news. I'm talking about for years on everything I love. I never watch the freaking news. SSL, Barita, and there are many others. I hope you guys see it, I really hope you guys see it. Listen.
He's also recommending an audit of Barita's operations to determine whether they're complying with the law, industry standards, and terms and conditions of their license. As a last recommendation, the director says Parliament and the Cabinet Secretary should look at the issue of parliamentarians and public officers buying shares and other equities in public corporations as well as private companies which fall under the regulatory regime of the government of Jamaica. They say without prejudicing the right of any citizen to buy shares or invest, the director recommends that laws and guidance be implemented to mitigate conflict of interest and
basically I remember make it play.
Use of authority for financial gain and other actions which may amount to insider trading. It cannot be
insider trading. That is important.
Overlooked that parliamentarians and public officers, by virtue of their respective positions, will come into confidential information from time to time having to do with investment opportunities arising from government intervention and policies which they could use to their advantage or to benefit. And
that is important. They could use for their benefit of another. So you see the inside information that they get based off the fact that they hold the post that they hold. With great power comes great responsibility. This is why you should sign the code of conduct, and this is why you should operate with transparency. We have no confidence in Andrew Holness government anymore because they're not operating with transparency. You hear what they say? As last recommendation, this is one of the most important ones, The DI directs the attention of the Parliament and the Cabinet Secretary to issue Parliament and public officers engaging in purchasing shares and other equities in public corporations meaning as well as private companies. Meaning say the information of them get and understand, them can use it to the advantage with fat them pocket and make them friend fat them pocket too. Yo, you know say such and such and such. Want to invest in this. Oh, a time for pull it out because it gonna crash. Them type of something there. Alright? Fraud. Guys, this is very important. This recommendation right here, so the Integrity Commission saw something enough for them to make a suggestion like this, and I think it's a very good suggestion. You see me? It says private companies which fall under the regulatory regime of the government of Jamaica without prejudice on the right of any citizen to engage in any. That's why they say the rich should be rich and the poor will be poor, because of things like this. Right, so this is just to engage in any foregoing activities. The DI recommends that the strict laws and guidances to be implemented to mitigate conflict of interest and abuse of authority for financial gain. Conflict of interest, abuse of authority for financial gain. That is what the Integrity Commission believes, in my opinion, that Andrew Holness has done. He has used this knowledge of these particular private and public corporations, use this inside knowledge, right, to substantially gain his wealth. That is what I believe the Integrity Commission believes. And this is why this was the final recommendation in their report, after looking at all of the evidence. And if you look at all the banking transactions, I mean, come on, guys. The man had a company in 2020 and it had over 60 million or over 90 million, something to that effect. I talked about it last night on my program. You can see the information. You can go watch that last live. How did you invest this amount of money in the company in 2020 and then the company got that much return? Why that company? Is it that, insider trading advantage? I'm just asking. Man, oh man. Boy.
It cannot be overlooked that parliamentarians and public officers, by virtue of their respective positions, will come into confidential information from time to time having to do with investment opportunities arising from government intervention and policies which they could use to their advantage or to benefit another. It ends by saying, having regard to the above findings and recommendations of this report, it cannot be ignored that as Prime Minister and Head of Government, Mr. Holness has a higher duty to the public to ensure that the laws of Jamaica are maintained and that he bears in mind and acts according to established public virtues which have been in existence since time immemorial and which have been succinctly encapsulated in the Nolan Principles of Public Life. The import of the Nolan Principles is that those who hold public office should embody the virtues of selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, and leadership. This, of course, the report says, is not to question Mr. Holness's commitment to the virtues mentioned, except to say that a number of the findings of this report are antithetical to those virtues.
Go back to that word there. What is the meaning of antithetical? Because me not know, I'm not going to pretend to know. Let's go to Google, guys. Right? And before we go to Google, that last part, all of those principles are in the code of conduct, which he did not sign. Only thing say Integrity Commission people are done spot. Guys, I'm telling you, the hidden message the hidden truth. They might tell you that they're not saying that he does not have those, he's not practicing them enough. But they're telling you, it looks like he's not practicing them. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. The Integrity Commission is like winking to the public, to the other organizations that are supposed to investigate this more. They are winking them. This is what it is, bro. Yeah, look. Shiny object. Right? We got Iway and Foster in the building. One love. Let's go look at this word. Antithetical. Okay. It says directly opposed or in contrast, mutually incompatible, connected with, containing, or using rhetorical device. Right? A shout out to the people who were invested in the growth of this platform. I really appreciate y'all. Somebody just texted me something a while ago which I've been thinking about, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So, and let me show you people them too, cause you know me love. You know I keep it to myself, you know. That's why we come on here. We want to share with the people, right? So this is the word. I know just not say it. See that, ladies and gentlemen. It says directly opposed or contrasted, right? So let's go back to this right here. They said that Mr. Holness' commitment to these virtues aforementioned. No, it says this is of course is not to question Mr. Holness' commitment to the virtues aforementioned, except to say that a number of the findings of this report are in contrast and directly opposed to those virtues. So they're telling you that the findings are, they're seeing a lack of integrity. They're seeing selfishness. They're seeing a lack of openness. That means a closed off type of approach. Not sharing all the information that is needed. They're seeing a dishonesty, right? And they're seeing a lack of accountability. Oh, blaming the bank. Oh, blaming this person. Oh, blaming that person. Oh, it's not my fault. Right? The findings suggest that some of the virtues, selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, and leadership, are in contrast with those virtues. So they are questioning Mr. Andrew Holness' integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, and honesty, and leadership. They're questioning it because there's enough findings in there to question it. As much as Juliet Cuthbert want to convince you that there's not. Trust me, this is just the beginning. We have a lot of, we gotta go through it. We're gonna go through this document. Alright? We're gonna go through this document. This is not over. You get me? Real talk. Man, I hope you guys really soaked in what I'm actually putting forward. I hope I did a good enough job for you.
Things of this report are antithetical to those virtues. Wow, that's a lot, and you can hear my voice is almost going. Okay, so that's the summary conclusions and recommendations of the report. As I mentioned, there's still a whole lot of information in the report. I am still going through it in terms of the body of it to see what else is there. I'm sure I'm going to be making other videos on this.
Oh, we are going to be checking it out, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub up. Y'all make sure y'all go sub up. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Kinda dark like midnight. Me tell you, say, God no pleased, you know. God is not pleased on Holness. And you know why. You know what you're doing. Alright? You can't tell the Jamaican people anything, you know. You can't tell us anything. But you see, God, you can't lie to yourself and you can't lie to God. That is two entities you cannot lie to. And God come first because God make all the way. But you can't lie to yourself and you can't lie to God. Right? And you know say your corner dark. You know your corner is dark. Guys, before I go, let me just plug this in quick and fast. Alright? Don't go nowhere. Remember to like and share. Alright, support the platform. The donation link is still there. Shout out to Baldhead Wayne for the donation. Yeah, let's go. Turn up on the donations. Thank you. Thank you for the love, gentle people. Let's get it. Turn me up.
Baldhead Wayne tipped $20. I've been out of the loop, but a little support my brother.
Shout out to my brother Baldhead Wayne, you know what I mean? Blessings. Wow, she just put up something. The gag clause correction and apology. Let me hear what she's saying on this one.
Hi, welcome to Reliable Machinery Factory. Here I introduce to you a big filling machine with...
Hello everybody, I'm here today because I have to correct some wrong information I gave you. Now let's be clear, I'm always going to be trying to give you the best information, the most accurate information, but if I do make a mistake, if I do go wrong, which is what happened here, I'm going to come straight to you and say, look, I was wrong and I'm sorry. So in two videos, I shared with you information on the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act, and I was talking about some of the problems it creates. Where I went wrong was when I said to you that the Integrity Commission, because of the gag clause, cannot cooperate with other law enforcement agencies like the Financial Investigations Division, FID. Now that was completely incorrect, it was wrong, and I'm sorry. And in fact, in December 2021, the Integrity Commission and the Financial Investigations Division, FID, actually signed a Memorandum of Understanding. The MOU was to help the Integrity Commission and the FID carry out joint and or separate criminal investigations. Now, I also contacted the Integrity Commission because I wanted to get a comment from them, an authoritative comment that I could share with you on this issue as well. This is what they said. They said the Commission consulted with the Financial Investigations Division to the extent necessary in the preliminary stages of its treatment of this matter. They're talking here about the matter of the Prime Minister's statutory declarations. And they said, having regard to the nature of the concerns flagged for the FID's attention, however, it was decided to share the investigation report with the FID and other relevant entities after the tabling of the investigation report in Parliament. The investigation report is being shared with the Financial Investigations Division and Tax Administration Jamaica pursuant to Section 6.3 of the Integrity Commission Act. And let me just tell you what Section 6.3 says. So Section 6.3 says, in the exercise of its powers and performance of its functions under this Act, the Commission shall not be subject to the direction or control of any other person or authority other than the court by way of judicial review. The Commission shall act independently, impartially, fairly, and in the public interest, and shall have the power to do all such things as it considers necessary or expedient for the purpose of carrying out its functions. They also say they are acting according to Section 7.1 and 2. These say the Commission may, in the performance of its functions, work in cooperation with any person or body as it may deem appropriate, and that a person or body shall cooperate with the Commission in exercising the functions conferred on the Commission under this Act or any other enactment. Then they refer to Section 7.9 that says, notwithstanding any provision to the contrary under this Act or any other law, the Commission shall disclose to a competent authority any information or document that is necessary to assist the competent authority in the investigation and prosecution of offences relating to corruption, financial crimes, or revenue collection. And they also refer to Section 7.12, which deals with being able to establish memorandum a memorandum of understanding through the Financial Investigations Division. So I'm going to edit the previous 2 videos to take out that wrong information to make sure.
Big up yourself, mama. So, that is great to know. And we're glad we got that correction. That the actual, the Integrity Commission can actually partner up with other entities for investigations. That is amazing. Thank God. Thank God. So we cleaned that up. They cleared that up. That is great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the screen. Alright. Again, sub up. Alright. If you're not yet subbed up, follow me on Instagram. Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, here we go. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. All right, the Zelle information is there, guys. The Zelle, you have to reach out to me, email, Instagram, or WhatsApp. If you're gonna Zelle me anything, I need the receipt. All right, good. Very important, because somebody said to me, you know, get the Zelle. So I'm telling y'all. All right. So this is, I'm going to click this link. This is my main channel. Although it's dormant right now, I'm not doing anything over there. It's the same thing over there. All the links are over there. The same links are over there. Right? Everything is over there. All my channels are linked. This is my 3rd channel. Bolo VNR Clips. I need this channel to go to 1,000 subs. I need you guys to go sub up, man. Hey, one of my mods, drop the link in the chat. If you're watching the replay and you're seeing the live chat, and you're watching the live play and you're seeing the live chat, Blue just dropped it. Thank you, Blue. Drop it again. Bolo VNR Clips. I need y'all to go sub up to this. All of my new subs, go sub up. I need to get to 1,000 subs. All right? I get to 1,000 subs, y'all gonna see me start putting some content. You feel me? Right now, I'm just, you know, doing generic content between the three platforms, right? As you can see, you see what it is. This is not really active over there, right? So I need y'all to go sub up. All right, I'm not gonna be putting the same content over there. So go sub up. Hey, Blue VMAC, drop the link again in the chat for this page right here. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Y'all go sub up, man. All right, same thing. The links is there. I think one link is not here. The Zelle information is not here. I need to fix that. I need to fix that. But every other link is there but the Zelle. But I need to fix that. Let me see what this person just texted me. If it's relevant to this. You need YouTube shorts to catch the public's attention to come watch what you have to say. Yeah, I'm gonna do more YouTube shorts. Good morning, Bolo. You see that's going on, don't you? And he wants to get back into Paul. He's the biggest criminal. Man, listen, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. He sure is, in my opinion. But yeah, man. All right. So boom. See the donation link, right? The donation link, right? Boom, right? You can do a monthly thing, a yearly thing, right? You want to support the platform? It's right there. That's the direct link to the PayPal. This is the anonymous, right? Oh Lord, don't tell me that it. Oh no, you did not just do this to me. Oh hell no! I got the wrong link there. I sure do. Oh yeah, thank God I did this. I gotta fix that. I put the wrong link in there, bro. Let me see if it's the same thing up here. Oh my God. Something just ain't right. All right, let me go to my actual live and see if the link is working. Maybe, I don't know. Seems this, yeah, it's a good thing I did this.
We about to move the furniture around here if you touch my leg. I love. Matter of fact, don't move that hand no more. Now clap. So Mike, you mean to tell me Diddy was touching on your leg while you was sitting right here on this couch? Trying to, but I seen it before. Get the hell out of the studio.
Tasha 6034 subscribe to the channel.
Salute to the new sub. Salute to the new sub. Why is it doing that, man? Why is it doing that? That is crazy. That don't make no sense. I just clicked on it and it worked. This is what you should see, right? There's a $5 minimum. You could write your message in there and it's going to read out, and you could delete your name and just put any name you want to put. See? That's how you do it. And then you send it. All right, guys? That's the PayPal anonymous link. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I share that with y'all, right? For those that don't know. You feel me? Yeah, man. Them I was saying that Jamaica fire there, most still didn't think of Cold Breeze. The narratives are not going to just have us go away from the evidence, the facts and the evidence. We've been waiting a long time for these reports, and finally they are here. And I think all well-thinking Jamaicans should keep their eye on this. Outside of that, repent, fast and pray. Go and watch the tsunami and earthquake prophecy. Go and watch the playlist. It's in the description of all of my videos. Well, most of them, the last 15. The recent ones, look, you will see it. Alright? Look, just go in the description and you will see the playlist. You see the playlist from Sister Carrie Ann, the source. And then my playlist that adds on everybody else's prophecy that I've come across that aligns with Sister Carrie Ann's prophecy. Yes. Go and watch it, guys. This is very serious. Don't take it lightly. Alright? Thank y'all so much. VMAC, Blue, Sassy 81, Ballhead Wayne, all of my mods, all of the people watch that came through. Salute to y'all. Mary White, salute to y'all. I Wayne Foster, salute. Everybody, man. Big salute to y'all. Hassan, salute to everybody. Nora, salute to you. You feel me? I appreciate you. Kai Carve, Rough Side Designs, Janet Jones, Joanne Sinclair, One Brimmy Boss Official, Ronice Nicholson, Macy Miller, RJ. Big salute to everybody that came through, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back later. Alright, I'll be back later this evening. Alright, so see y'all then. I'm up out of here. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. To each and every one of y'all. Oh. What happened? What's going on?
I feel like I'm losing everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Something not right, my wisdom warrior. Something is not right. Tell about them.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. Look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I'm at this every day and I'm impatient. Hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Same in it.
Salute, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all. I'm up out of here, man.
Peace. Playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces.
Yay.
Give me that crown. Get my waiting to be put down. It ain't your place. I'll this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it and losing bits. I'm losing shit. It's stupid if you choose to live or choose to give. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Dog. Choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. Hey, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world? Marcia Dell, salute to you, salute to you. Good over evil, that's right. Hey.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger, thirsty.
Big up Marcia Dell, big up, big up, big up.
That shit worsens.
Wow.
Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Talk to him. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. Come on now. I feel like is it just me? Or is the world going crazy? How they don't see what's going on? How they don't see all the lines? Come on now. That's it, the end of the song.
Next time you sing along,
the end of the program,
trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth. Prepare to make you sin. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. We need some milk. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit. What to do, man, they don't know shit.
Something alright, my wisdom warrior.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who